Mercury Retrograde Survival Guide, Spiritual Gangster. Let's see. Ooh, I'm gonna put this link in the description box so you can check it out. The spiritualgangster.com. Your Mercury Retrograde Survival Guide. What? So be aligned. Not even Mercury Retrograde can phase you. Spiritual Gangster. Let's go. Let's see. The dreaded Mercury retrograde is about to begin once again. Although feared by most of us, Mercury retrograde is a natural part of our cosmos and brings us just as many gifts as troubles. So it's saying good things can happen. Like, it's not that everything is going to go bad. You know, good things can happen. So stay positive. Occurring 3 times this year for 3 weeks at a time. Mercury is in retrograde for 3 weeks. Oh my God. Mercury is the most frequent planet to station retrograde. If we learn how to navigate these 3 times wisely, we can create opportunities all year long for realignment and inner growth. The first thing to understand is Mercury is not actually traveling backwards in our sky. He just appears that way. It's an illusion. It's not real. Mercury is the fastest moving planet in the solar system. He circles the sun every 88 days, which means he laps the Earth up to 4 times in a year. When he is passing us, it creates an optical illusion. An optical is your vision. An illusion is not real. So what you're seeing is not real. Much like when a car passes another, slower moving vehicle, it appears that the faster car is actually moving backwards for a moment until it fully passes the slower car. This is the same effect which creates Mercury retrograde. Mercury rules our communication, including all of our technology and systems of information exchange. Mercury rules part of us which absorbs information in an instant and transmit that information to others. When he retrogrades, the normal flow of energy is reversed. Ideas, thoughts seem to get stuck within our mind instead of easily pouring out to others. So it's like things don't flow. Things are not flowing. So it's like if it's communication. So communication could be an email, could be a text, could be a phone call. It could be anything. It's any form of communication. It can get messed up. So if you send an email, double check the email to make sure that the email went through. If you're calling someone, make sure that the call goes through. If you're texting, make sure your text goes through, because then your text will be undelivered. And you're thinking you sent it, and then it says undelivered. You're like, oh my God, I sent this like an hour ago and you never got it. That's Mercury retrograde. It's like everything that you have planned or scheduled can be ruined. So it's like double check and make sure that everything that you have planned or scheduled is actually scheduled, because Mercury is in retrograde and it's a planet of communications, and communication is going to be messed up for 3 weeks. And just be mindful of that. For 3 weeks, communication is going to be messed up. The same thing occurs with our digital communication. Ooh, back to the article, right? Digital communication. Email servers go down, social media platforms show their bugs, and our normal systems fail to meet our expectations. It can certainly be frustrating time. We can have a hard time speaking, writing, or even creating art. And I'm so creative. I like art. I like doing things. I like being creative. So, you know, I don't like to stay stuck. So I like the energy to flow. I try to handle when Mercury's going retrograde, I try to handle it like, it's all right and not be mad, because Mercury retrograde will make you upset, angry, mad. And you just gotta learn to stay calm. It's all right. It is gonna pass. It's only for 3 weeks. It can certainly be a frustrating. Oh, wait. Okay. It can certainly be frustrating time. It's a frustrating time because things are not going as you wanted, as you planned. We can have a hard time speaking, writing, or even creating art. The energy seems stuck. Then, like a slingshot, it breaks through in an unorganized way, confusing everybody. Below are some tips to help you get through the time and actually use it to help instead of hinder your world. So be aligned so that it's not, you don't get too affected. Collect your words. Collect your words. Through the period of Mercury retrograde, pause before you speak. Like, you think before you speak. Don't start talking and you don't hear what's going on. Like, you gotta pull yourself together and think before you speak, because you don't want to sound stupid and crazy. Like, you want to know what you're talking about. Mercury retrograde will have you mess up talking or slip ups. Take a few deep breaths and collect your thoughts, especially if you feel a loss for words. If you are communicating with a partner, take pauses throughout the conversation to give both of you time to regroup. Respect that. It can be hard to clearly develop your thoughts, and find compassion for yourself and others. If you're making a big speech, give yourself at least 5 minutes of quiet time to find and center yourself. Understand that any perceived blocks are superficial. The information is there. It just needs to break through the Mercury retrograde barrier. Luckily, it's a small barrier and can be easily overcome with some time and space. So, like, take your time. Don't rush. Don't rush through things, or just try to get the information out there and you start slipping up. You forget to say something. Take your time. Another one is let others speak. Once we do break through and allow the words to flow, Mercury retrograde can influence us to keep talking and not allow others to get a word in edgewise. Watch out for taking up too much of the floor in meetings and dominating the conversation with your consciousness. Again, pause and breathe. Take time to slow yourself down a bit. Recognize when you're taking advantage of a closed caption audience. I am so sorry about the noise. I am in New York City. I'm in the Bronx. I'm in a high rise. So the noise, it echoes. I am so sorry. It's gonna pass. It's gonna pass. Just give me a minute. It's gonna stop. Oh my God, it's so noisy. But it stopped, so I went back to recording. Take advantage a closed caption audience and throttle the stream of information that may be pouring out of you. As others speak, send them energy to help them clarify their thoughts. Create a balanced conversation where everyone feels seen and respected. Wow, I had a conversation today and the person just seemed so, I guess they just wanted to hear my point of view or hear where I was coming from, because everybody talks. But it's different when someone wants to hear what you have to say and they don't want to just take another person's word for it. Like, they actually want to hear what you have to say. And it's like, wow, it's different, but thank you. Thank you for that. Anyway, back to the article. Connect with nature. Hug a tree. Like, I love the tree. I love nature, the grass, all that. Oh my God, I like to do that. I was grounded myself like a few days ago. Think things do have a habit of breaking during Mercury retrograde, especially technological. You know what I mean. Technological systems. You know, that's technology. If your website crashes or you're locked out of your email, use the time to disconnect from it all, and go for a walk, look at the sky, or dip your feet in the ocean. Remind yourself that not everything is digital, and sometimes we need a forced break from our devices to connect with to connect with what really matters, ourselves. Use this time to communicate with nature, and you'll find yourself better equipped to deal with what is man-made. Like, okay, read the details. Read. You can sign contracts. Okay, because I signed a contract today, like an hour ago. I signed a contract. It says you can sign contracts in Mercury retrograde, but you want to read them thoroughly twice, maybe 3 times. Mercury retrograde has a habit of helping us miss the details, especially in the legal department. Our eyes and mind move too quickly over the words, and we don't give ourselves enough time to process the meaning. Again, breathe and pause. Read things slowly. Take your time with them. You can even ask for an extension. What? I didn't. Yeah, I did. I did get an extension. I did get an extension because I was supposed to sign it on Tuesday. No, I was supposed to sign it on Wednesday. And then, like, I needed my kids there to sign the document. And then she's like, you know what? Just take it with you and bring it back to me on Friday. And that's what I did. So it was an extension for me. And it worked out. So I have my lease and I'm good for another year. Like, yay. Okay, back to the article. Completely understand what you are signing before you take ink to the paper. If you are not comfortable with the terms, allow Mercury retrograde to break the contract and start anew. You'll be better off for it in the long run. I am good for another year, so I am okay. The next one is confirm your plans. If you have plans, confirm them. Much like contracts, we are more prone during this time, excuse me, to miss the details, leading to switch time. So you can think something is at 1 and it's actually at 12. So you have to make sure you check things thoroughly. Missed planes or forgotten dates. For the next 3 weeks, double check all meeting times and travel arrangements. Even if you are 1,000% certain you have the right time, still verify it. Just to, Mercury's in retrograde, it can get messed up. Let's see. Likewise, have compassion for others if they miss a meeting or run late to your lunch. Time is tricky, and Mercury retrograde makes working with it even harder. Oh my God. Spend time with yourself. That's alone time. Just spend time with yourself. Love yourself. Let me read what the article says. A wonderful side effect of Mercury retrograde is the increased ability to talk with yourself. Oh my God, I talk to myself all the time. Retrograde spins the energy inward. With Mercury, our communications begin to flow inwardly instead of outwardly. This allows for deeper access to our heart, our intuition, our inner compass. Spend time journaling, pulling cards, and exploring the inner workings of your mind. Try to start each morning listing your gratitudes and affirmations for the day. This clarity will help you pace your day and avoid some of the common Mercury retrograde pitfalls. Okay. Be open to realignment. If Mercury retrograde breaks something in your world, consider it a good thing. If energies are perfectly aligned, Mercury won't be able to affect them. If he does wreck a few things, then they were never aligned in the first place. See this as an opportunity to build anew from the ground up. This next version will have a better foundation, hopefully so aligned it's impervious. I don't even know what that word means. Impervious. I'm gonna have to Google it. Let me see what Google says that word means, because impervious, what does it mean? Is not allowing fluid to pass through. Unable to be affected by. Okay, that's what it means. Okay. Impervious to Mercury retrograde. Hopefully so aligned it's impervious to Mercury retrograde, or anything else for that matter. So like nothing will affect you, like nothing can get through to you. Impervious. Okay. Impervious. Like, how would you use that in a sentence? Like, impervious. Impervious. I don't know. I could think about it later. Let me go back to the article. Make the best out of the next 3 weeks. Slow down, enjoy nature, and be open to the gifts of this retrograde. Instead of fearing it, get excited for the chance to realign your world and the information it contains. Happy retrograding. Oh. Then I know, New York City. I am so sorry about the noise. I'm gonna just end it here. They were talking about crystals that will help you to survive Mercury retrograde. But I am going to include the link for this article in the description box so you could check it out. It's a really good article. I'm so sorry about this noise. Oh my God. I am so sorry. Where was I? Your Mercury Retrograde Survival Guide. This is from spiritualgangster.com. Yo, I really liked this one. It was nice. Surviving Mercury Retrograde with @spiritual daughter, but it doesn't say where you could find @spiritual daughter. But I'm gonna put the link in the description box. Thank you so much for watching or sticking it with me, and I'll see you later. Always lead with love, stay positive, vibe high. Mercury retrograde will pass in 3 weeks. Bye.